Two questions here. Take them in whichever order you choose, Mark. Should the BBC now suspend these shows, put them in the cupboard for a few months, and should Number 10 be getting involved? Mark, good morning.
Morning, Nick. Well, the question is that I know the BBC is slow moving, but they have placed this under scrutiny. There is some sort of process going through, and the BBC will say, look, we're not going to let this be judged by the media. Legal and HR get involved with these things. They don't move as fast as the media agenda. And I guess their priority is protecting the programme. Going back to whether the government, should get involved. Well, it's a populist theme at the moment, running on most front pages of tabloids. But to me, it's a sort of slow overreach. I mean, there are some very, very heady things going on in the world at the moment. You hear about, possible cyber attacks from Russia and, the usual agenda. What are they doing? Diving into this. If they're going to start here, where does it stop? Are they going to have to comment about every celebrity outrage? Around misogyny. Look, he's an oaf. He's old school. He's from the Benny Hill side of comedy, and it's out of time. But, they've got to make a decision fast. Unfortunately, they don't. And this is where these stories drag on and on and on.
Is his TV career over, Mark?
I've seen stranger things happen. There's always a redemptive arc for certain people, but I think he has proved, as someone said earlier in your package, he's a dinosaur, and there are no place for old men in this bright new shiny world of wokeism.
And so MasterChef needs a total reboot?
I don't think it needs a total reboot. I mean, what we've discovered with these celebrity, sort of issues, these crises, is the programme survives. Let's remember the nonsense you and I remember around Angus Dayton back in the day. Have I got the news for you?
Yeah.
It's still going strong.
It is. Some say perhaps it's starting to show signs of age. Mark Borkowski, thank you. You are, of course, founder of the PR agency Borkowski, 12 minutes after 7. Listening Jennifer Howze, who's Editorial Director of noon.org.uk, an online media platform aimed primarily at middle-aged women. She's also co-founder of BritMums blog. That's all one word, BritMums, plural, blog, a network for parent influence. Jennifer Howze joins me now. This will test whether you've got a sense of humour. Are you a woman of a certain age and a certain class, Jennifer? Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Nick. Yes, I am proudly a woman of a certain age, as are, the tens of thousands of women who are on Noon. And frankly, I can also take a joke, but like most middle-aged women, I would say, we're not humorless, but we are finally in a position to call out, bad behavior for the benefit of ourselves, for other, younger, more vulnerable women and other people.
Well, you're right. This is anything but a laughing matter. Is it a matter for Number 10, Jennifer?
Well, yes.
Tell me why.
Well, he is an MBE. I think, that means something.
Okay.
He's been repeatedly called, a national treasure or on his way to becoming a national treasure, which I think is a funny path to try and describe. And frankly, this idea of, first of all, the comments that he's been accused of, the actions he's been accused of, those are really serious. The BBC is involved, and supposedly there have been complaints reaching back years, and therefore that is a matter for the government. And I respectfully take issue with Mark's comments about a slippery slope. No one seems to worry about this slippery slope of, if we let some, high-profile money-making presenter get away with saying, sexist comments or telling off-color jokes, then, what happens next? The slippery slope always seems to run in a different direction.
Well, let me ask you, what happens next as regards the BBC? Do they shelve these programmes for a while, these particular episodes?
I don't know. Personally, I don't have that strong of an opinion about it because I too don't watch.
I've never watched one, no, ever.
And I think, his persona was never something that particularly appealed to me, though I know many, many people like it, his on-screen presence and like those programs. I mean, I would say I don't see a reason really to shelve them. Okay. People are reading the media. They can make their own decision. I think recording new ones is problematic until this has been thoroughly investigated.
I don't see that happening anytime soon. Jennifer Howze, thank you. You're Editorial Director of noon.org.uk. You're co-founder of BritMums, all one word, BritMums blog. And fortunately, you have a sense of humour. All right, so simple, these two questions. Any involvement for number 10, correct? And what are the BBC? He's got 8 shows, different shows, in the coming days.